Hello everyone, I am SS the Showstopper and it's the 29th of August 2023. Now I was scrolling through social media and I saw an upload of a live that took place, one in particular of Foota Hype, and he was speaking on relationships and all these things that take place. Person in question was Queen Ifrica. Persons were commenting that, she was with reggae artist Tony Rebel and he was very abusive to her, he beat her up. Many persons, as a matter of fact, have came out um, attesting to the fact that he was abusive to her, and all of that. And Foota Hype was in defense of Tony Rebel, I guess, was saying that people are hypocrite because all couples fight, all couples have their arguments and they fuss and they fight. So people are full of shit, acting as if every relationship is perfect and they haven't fight and all that thing. Now he even went further and he was saying that he know of couple who stab up each other and they're still together, couple woman who stab up her man and they're still together, a man who stab or shoot out a woman eye and they're still together, living, loving, they love each other and they care about each other. So people need to stop acting as if couples don't fight and they don't have argument and stuff like that. It's a part of the relationship. Now let me say this. There is a saying that goes, in the country of the blind, the one-eyed man is a king. I'll repeat. In the country of the blind, the one-eyed man is a king. Now, if you are a fool, you will be led by a half idiot. And if you're a half idiot, you will be led by a fool. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Now, if you can sit back in 2023, and this is what I speak about, when I speak on lack of advancement and people being there's an innate stupidity that's in a lot of people, and you can't go there and take it out. I used to say the stupidity of a lot of these Jamaican people, in particular men and some women, it's more frightening than the 7 p.m. news. The stupidity or the ignorance is more frightening than the 7 p.m. news. Because if you can sit comfortably in 2023 and describe the dichotomy of a relationship and stating that people do these things to each other and they are still together and it's a part of relationship and couples go through that, and you want to regard that as something that people should accept or people should look up to simply because there's a couple out there and they were together for 25 years or they're doing 30 years together and they have been violent but their relationships still survive it and all of that. If you can sit comfortable convincing me that that's a reality and I must accept it and that's a part of a relationship, you understand me? Something is clearly wrong with your brain. It lacks advancement. It lacks serious advancement. Not because it's reality means it's wholesome, it's good, it's supportive, it's something that you should encourage or uphold. Violence in a relationship is not love. Violence in a relationship is coming from somewhere. Either someone lack communication or both party, either someone lack trust or both party, either someone is dishonest, infidelity, or it's both party. Someone is abusive or it's both party. Either way, that is certainly not a relationship anyone should aspire to be in or want to be a part of. And I keep repeating it that there are people out there, in particular women, who are willing to subject themselves to anything in the book and even outside of the book just to have a man in their bed at night. And because they subject themselves to those things, it therefore means that other women should also, just to say that they are doing 20 years, 30 years with someone like a damn prison sentence. Why would Foota Hype sit down? Or why would people sit on a live and entertain Foota Hype speaking these kind of things in 2023 and talking about relationship as if it is normalcy and it is something that you should accept? Why is he speaking about that? At some point in time, you have to blame the listeners, you have to blame onlookers. You understand? Because a lot of people are there and they are deeply misguided and they are supporting his argument. They are deeply misguided, and not only that, they are supporting the foolery that he speaks of. We are not saying that there aren't people out there who are together who do these things to each other, but at what time, at what point are you going to realize that you should part ways when you lose your, because clearly losing your eye is not enough, losing your limb is not enough, attempted murder is not enough. So at what point do you accept the fact that this needs to end and this is unhealthy for me? And those are the type of people who are procreating. Now, can you imagine what they're bringing forth in the world or what they have brought in the world? Hence the high crime rate. Because stupidity begets stupidity. So when you're a stupid person and both of you come together and you're procreating, you're going to procreate ignorance. Ignorance begat ignorance. And so you have children who grow up who cannot communicate. They see this behavior. Listen to me now. I had a friend and she was in a very abusive relationship. Very, when she sat down and she described some things to me, and I said to her, listen, I'm not the type of person who will encourage someone to leave their partner. But if it's violence, you can't stay because that person might end up taking your life. You cannot stay once it becomes violent. You cannot stay. And she said to me that he said to her, that's how his father used to treat his mother. And they were together for so long. So because he grew up seeing his father abusing his mother, and she took it, and she was okay with it, he believed within himself strongly that that's the way how you're supposed to treat a woman. And she isn't supposed to have a problem. You should stick it out. You should stick it out. No matter how violent, no matter how destructive it is, you should stick it out. Now you see why Sticker Rhymes end up getting catching 3.5 years in prison because he thought that that kind of behavior is normalcy and it's healthy and it's okay and a woman should be okay. And another thing men keep doing is labeling women. You began labeling women as disloyal. She's not trustworthy. She's this and that because she leave the man, because she decide to leave, because she decide to walk away from the abuse. She's not loyal and speak of what he had done for her. What yes, but what did he come with? Come with a black eye, he come with a broken arm, he come with a displaced jawline or jawbone. And she's supposed to accept it. She's supposed to stay with it. She's supposed to stick it out. That's a mighty high price to pay for love or for a relationship because that is not love. And nobody can convince me that is love. Because if I love you, I can't hurt you intentionally. I can hurt you by accident. For example, I'm passing, I might hit you down. I didn't see you in the way or something slip and cut you. I didn't, you understand those are accidents. But the intention of me saying something or me doing something or you hearing something and you are going to bring violence to me because you simply don't know how to communicate or conduct yourself like a civilized human being with some sort of goddamn intelligence. You understand me? Something is clearly wrong with you. You need not to be in a relationship. And I said it before and I will repeat it. There are certain people that should be removed from social media because the message that they are sending is extremely dangerous. And onlookers who are deeply misguided, who lack serious common sense and critical thinking, will believe the things and the message that they are sending and will exercise it. He won't be the one going to jail. You will be. There are people out there who also know better, but because they want to sink others in their misery. See, misery loves company. It doesn't like to be alone. It doesn't like to be alone. So they try to bring other people and send out misinformation and mislead people so others can go through the same thing and say, oh, see, Big John Brown over there, who is a big artist, seeing go jail for beating up a woman, seeing go this. So I know me alone. I never me alone when they beat my mother. I know me alone and my baby mother when they fight, or my baby father, or my baby this and baby that when they fight. You understand me? Misery love company. They like to know that they can highlight a particular name, a notoriety, so that they can bring them down to their level, so they can feel equal in the foolishness that they're spreading. So I'm warning you, Jamaican people who is listening, constantly listening and supporting Foota Hype argument, to be careful. Be careful. There are women out there who also have family members who are male who will exercise revenge. And they have a saying also, if you can't catch Quaco, you catch him short. Be careful of the people who you are taking information from, who you are emulating, who you are listening to. Foota Hype is sending very dangerous message in the social media atmosphere. Young people are listening, big people are listening, teenagers that are listening and they're thinking that's the way to go and that's how you conduct yourself as a man in a relationship. And that is certainly not the way to go. If you lack communication and these things that make up the fiber of a man in the 21st century, you probably don't need to be in a relationship. You are best by yourself. You need to grow. Foota Hype demonstrate the characteristics of a grown boy. Nothing he says makes sense. You can listen to him and you can pick snippet of his argument that you say, okay, he's on a right track. Like when he said he want tomorrow to be a Queen Ifrica Day because of what happened to her and stuff like that. So you can pick snippet from his argument. But if you listen to him long enough, not even long enough, for a good 5 minutes, you realize that this man is onto something destructive. And because of such, even if he's sending a good message out there, it's tainted. It's tainted. It's marred. It's tarnished because of the destructive message that he is sending, and he constantly sends it. And onlookers out there, I don't know what's with you and this person, why you refuse to do away with him. But I can assure you, he won't be the one, because you can go to a police officer. Should a woman call police on you that you hit her, you did this, you do that to her, should she call law enforcement and they come, you can't tell them that I listen to Foota Hype, the great speaker, and he encouraged me that a relationship have their violent past or their violent path that they walk where they beat up each other and they are still together and loving. Women are not tolerating that. Your mother died long time. Women are not tolerating that. Women of the 21st century are not tolerating any man putting their hands on them. They are not tolerating it. One way or the other, they are asking for their pound of flesh. And if they can't get it, they are going to take it. And it's most likely coming from where it does the most damage. So Foota Hype, you can sit all day on the internet and speak and think that you are always right, because what you want is a choir, You move by a choir, and from you have a choir, you are good. You just want to know that you are right in your head. You are never wrong. A grade A narcissist, you are never wrong. You are fascinated with selfism and believe that you are right at all times. What kind of garbage is that you are putting out in the atmosphere? You are sending out to people and talking about relationship, and people are hypocrite and all this kind of people simply not tolerating foolishness anymore. What in that you can't get? People aren't tolerating foolishness. People don't want to know. No one wants to know that she's in a relationship with a man and he's going to do this thing to her. There are women out there who, like myself, who treat their body sacred, who treat their body to the best. So why would they have all these accolades, work so hard to get all these accolades to their name? Or even if it's a struggling woman, market vendor, or a higgler, or whatever the case may be, it matters not her socioeconomic background, matters not her financial stability or instability for that matter. If she protects her body, she believes in protecting her body, she has self-esteem, she has self-respect, and refuses to subject herself to that. Why is it that you think she should understand where you're coming from, or decide to take what you're saying with a grain of salt and say, okay, let's stick it up because our relationship go through this and go through that? You're not thinking, you are speaking then thinking. You are saying thing of olden days, some old, archaic, antediluvian, ancient way of thinking that has no space in the 2023 21st century. It has no space. And you are going to learn the very hard way. And a lot of you young men out there who are listening to Foota Hype, you are waking up, you are walking, you are treading the path of learning the hard way. So keep listening to him. Keep listening the foolishness that he speaks. Keep listening the nescience. Keep listening the carrying that he speaks. And see who is going to end up on the wrong side of the law. See who they might find come up missing because of beating up a woman or putting your hand on a woman. Continue. One destructive message after the other. One destructive message after the other. Constant, constant. And no matter how you speak on it, he thinks that he's right, and he thinks that somebody fighting against him, and a black man and somebody fighting against him, and this and that and all this kind of thing. And you're standing up for truth and righteousness. What truth and righteousness are you speaking? What truth and right? You don't know better. You don't know better. You need a course. And that's the thing, that's why I will never shun education. Maybe the system or the structure in which it is set up probably is an issue, but I can't shun education, because what education does, it teaches you a structure. It teaches you guidance, it teaches you discipline, it teaches you how to trod, how to speak, how to get your message across, how to send your message out there. It teaches you structure. Structure. That's an idea that comes to your mind, and because you think you are right, based on other people who spoke, based on other philosophers who spoke, based on other scholars who spoke, you take snippets of their argument and you run with it, and then you incorporate your ignorance with it. You understand me? To suit your message or to suit your ulterior motive. But when you have education, it teaches structure, it teaches you to tread carefully of what you're saying and allow you to think twice and say, wonder if that message that I'm putting out there is wholesome, it's positive, or is it dangerous? It makes you think twice. So you're talking about, and I realized it was Queen Africa because she came and said it herself that it was her talking points that you were using all along. I guess that's why no longer you're talking about ancestors and environment with this and that and all these ancient things that you speak of. You understand me? You have to be very, I can't even say you have to be careful. I'm certainly not going to waste my time cautioning you. I'm not going to waste my time cautioning you. If fools want to sit down out there and take what you're saying as message and take what you're saying as moral and as positive quote, they can go right ahead. But when they end up on the wrong side of the law, just remember, they need to know that you won't be there. You won't be there. And I think you have an intention. Your intention is to just drag people down in your misery. You spoke of people who keep bringing up your baby mother and bringing up your ex situation. You began to unravel the day she left you. You began to unravel the day she put out the song. And it was a song that was subliminally dissing you. You understand me? That was the time you got a stroke from it. You talk about seeing aliens. So what you want people to pivot their argument from? That's when you came about and start to unravel. You have to remember that she didn't disrespect you first. You went out at her first. You did the interview first and began disrespecting her and calling her studio mattress. You were the one who also went on stage first. So people are picking on you and saying that this is 10 years old, this is this and that. People are speaking from the time you began. And it's in correlation to when your baby mother basically dumped you. You understand me? So probably you need, and you're going and going and going, and you're calling out artists, you're calling out these people, you're calling out that public figure. You have disrespect them. You're speaking out on people character that you know nothing of, and all these kind of things, and calling people to action. And when they speak in defense of themselves, you talk about their ancestor. Your ancestor can defend you and protect you from them. You have disrespected so many people out there because you believe that your agenda and the message that you're sending, it's the correct way, it's the correct message, it's the ideal message, it's the paramount message. Narcissist. Narcissist. That's not the way to go. That's not the way to go. So people come at you, people are coming at you based on where they saw the change in your behavior and the way you're acting on social media. You just go at anybody. You just go at anybody and you don't care. You just believe that someone ordained you to be the spokesperson for dancehall, gatekeeper, represent, and you are gatekeeping nothing. You are gatekeeping nothing. It's just a bunch of fools who refuse to stop looking at you and stop supporting your argument because it is destructive. So someone has to go out there and counter everything that you do because you're sending a dangerous message. And as I said before, people who don't know better, people who don't have proper guidance and proper protectors in their life will see, hear, females out there will listen and think, once me and my little boyfriend in a relationship and he punched me in my face and so and this and that and he always hitting me and these kind of things, but we get back and he apologize and this and we're good again and all this kind of stuff. I remember when Donnelly once said in a video clip that was circulating on TikTok that we argue, we fuss and we fight. It's like a queenie voice she was using. We argue, we fuss and we fight, but tomorrow we come and we nice again and stuff like that. Today Donnelly is missing. She has never been found. Today, Donnelly came up missing. So all you females out there sitting and listening to Foota Hype, thinking that what he's saying is gospel, you might just end up missing also. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful of who you're taking information from. I know a lot of you weren't raised with a father, weren't raised with a father figure or men of valor of integrity around you. So you're catching at a straw and seeking that protector. But I guarantee you, Foota Hype is not the one for you. He is not the father figure. He's not the person of that. You can pray to the Almighty and ask to send scholars. There are so many videos online that teaches you. There are pastors online that teaches you wholesome relationship, godly relationship, respectful relationship. It doesn't come under lies. It doesn't come under dishonesty, cheating. It doesn't come under abuse. And I'm cautioning the public to be careful of Foota Hype. Be careful of Foota Hype and his destructive messages. That's all I have to say. Enjoy your day. May God bless you.